Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of resource allocation strategies in project management. Resource allocation is the process of assigning and managing assets in a way that supports an organization's strategic goals. Whether you're working with people, time, money, or equipment, effective allocation ensures projects run smoothly and efficiently. In this video, we'll explore key strategies, practical examples, and tips to help you optimize your resources for project success. Let's start by understanding why resource allocation is so crucial in project management and how it impacts your team's performance and project outcomes. Resources in project management aren't just about people. They include time, money, equipment, technology, and even information. Each resource plays a unique role in driving a project forward. For example, having the right team members with the necessary skills is just as important as having enough budget or access to the right tools. Understanding the types of resources you have at your disposal is the first step in effective allocation. By clearly defining your resources, you can better plan, prioritize, and adapt as your project progresses. Resource allocation is at the heart of project management because it directly affects project timelines, costs, and quality. Poor allocation can lead to missed deadlines, budget overruns, and team burnout. On the other hand, smart allocation helps you make the most of what you have, keeps your team motivated, and increases the chances of project success. By understanding the importance of resource allocation, you set the stage for more strategic decision-making throughout your project. The process of resource allocation typically starts with identifying all available resources and understanding project requirements. Next, you match resources to tasks based on skills, availability, and project priorities. This process is ongoing, requiring regular reviews and adjustments as the project evolves. Effective communication and documentation are key to ensuring everyone is on the same page and resources are used efficiently. Several principles guide effective resource allocation. These include prioritizing tasks based on project goals, balancing workloads to prevent burnout, and maintaining flexibility to adapt to changes. It's also important to ensure transparency so everyone understands how and why resources are assigned. By following these principles, you create a fair and efficient allocation process that supports project success. Resource allocation can be proactive or reactive. Proactive allocation involves planning ahead and anticipating needs, while reactive allocation responds to changes or unexpected challenges as they arise. Both approaches have their place in project management. The key is to strike a balance, planning as much as possible while staying agile enough to adapt when things don't go as expected. Before you can allocate resources, you need a clear understanding of your project's needs. This involves breaking down the project into tasks, estimating the time and skills required for each, and identifying any special requirements. By mapping out these details, you lay the groundwork for accurate and effective resource allocation. Resource mapping is the process of listing all available resources and matching them to project tasks. This visual representation helps you spot gaps, overlaps, or potential bottlenecks. It's a valuable tool for ensuring nothing is overlooked and that every resource is used to its full potential. Not all tasks are created equal. Some are critical to project success while others can be delayed if necessary. Prioritizing tasks helps you allocate resources where they'll have the greatest impact. Techniques like the Eisenhower matrix or MOS-GOW method can help you sort tasks by urgency and importance, ensuring your most valuable resources are focused on what matters most. Balancing workloads is essential to prevent burnout and ensure steady progress. This means distributing tasks evenly among team members, considering their skills and current commitments. Regular check-ins and workload reviews help you spot imbalances early and make adjustments before they become problems. Resource leveling is a technique used to resolve conflicts when resources are overallocated. It involves adjusting project schedules or task assignments to ensure no one is overloaded. This might mean delaying some tasks or bringing in additional help. The goal is to keep the project on track without overburdening your team. Resource smoothing is similar to leveling but focuses on making the best use of available resources without changing the project's end date. This technique involves adjusting the timing of tasks within their float so resources are used more efficiently. Smoothing helps you avoid peaks and valleys in resource usage, leading to a more consistent workflow. Gantt charts are powerful tools for visualizing resource allocation over time. They help you see who is working on what, when, and for how long. By mapping out tasks and assignments, you can quickly identify potential conflicts or periods of underutilization. Gantt charts make it easier to communicate plans and keep everyone aligned. Critical path method (CPM) is a project management technique that identifies the longest sequence of dependent tasks. By focusing resources on the critical path, you ensure that delays are minimized and the project stays on schedule. CPM helps you prioritize resource allocation for tasks that directly impact project completion. In agile project management, resource allocation is more flexible and adaptive. Teams work in short sprints, regularly reassessing priorities and reallocating resources as needed. This approach allows for rapid response to changes and continuous improvement, making it ideal for dynamic projects where requirements may evolve. Waterfall approach to project management involves detailed upfront planning and fixed resource allocation. Each phase of the project is completed before moving to the next, making it easier to allocate resources in advance. While less flexible than Agile, Waterfall can be effective for projects with well-defined requirements and stable environments. The project manager plays a central role in resource allocation. They're responsible for assessing needs, assigning tasks, monitoring progress, and making adjustments as necessary. Strong leadership and communication skills are essential for ensuring resources are used effectively and the team stays motivated. Stakeholders, including clients and team members, should be involved in resource allocation decisions. Their input helps ensure that resources are aligned with project priorities and that expectations are managed. Regular updates and open communication foster trust and collaboration throughout the project lifecycle. Every project faces constraints such as limited budgets, tight deadlines, or scarce resources. Effective resource allocation means working within these limits to achieve the best possible outcomes. This often requires creative problem-solving, negotiation, and prioritization to make the most of what's available. Uncertainty is a fact of life in project management. Unexpected changes in scope, resource availability, or external factors can disrupt your plans. Building flexibility into your resource allocation strategy helps you adapt quickly and keep the project moving forward, even when surprises arise. Regularly monitoring how resources are being used is key to effective allocation. This involves tracking progress, identifying issues early, and making adjustments as needed. Tools like dashboards and reports can provide real-time insights, helping you stay on top of resource usage and avoid surprises. No plan is perfect. As your project progresses, you'll need to adjust resource allocation to respond to new information or changing circumstances. This might mean reassigning tasks, bringing in extra help, or shifting priorities. Being proactive and responsive helps you keep the project on track. Clear communication is essential for successful resource allocation. Regular meetings, status updates, and transparent documentation help ensure everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. Open channels of communication also make it easier to address issues and make adjustments quickly. Modern project management tools can greatly improve resource allocation. Software platforms offer features like scheduling, workload tracking, and real-time collaboration. By leveraging technology, you can automate routine tasks, gain better visibility, and make more informed decisions about resource allocation. Forecasting involves predicting future resource needs based on project plans and historical data. Accurate forecasting helps you anticipate shortages or surpluses and plan accordingly. This proactive approach reduces the risk of delays and ensures resources are available when needed. Budget is one of the most critical resources in any project. Allocating funds wisely means prioritizing spending on high-impact areas and monitoring expenses closely. Regular budget reviews help you stay within limits and make adjustments as needed to support project goals. People are often the most valuable resource in a project. Allocating human resources involves matching skills to tasks, considering availability, and supporting professional development. Recognizing individual strengths and providing opportunities for growth can boost morale and productivity. Projects often require specific materials or equipment. Allocating these resources involves tracking inventory, scheduling usage, and ensuring timely delivery. Efficient management of materials and equipment helps prevent delays and keeps the project running smoothly. Time is a finite resource that must be managed carefully. Allocating time effectively means setting realistic deadlines, avoiding overcommitment, and building in buffers for unexpected delays. Good time management helps keep the project on schedule and reduces stress for everyone involved. Access to the right information is crucial for effective resource allocation. This includes project documentation, lessons learned from past projects, and up-to-date data. Sharing knowledge across the team ensures everyone can make informed decisions and avoid repeating mistakes. Risk management is closely tied to resource allocation. Identifying potential risks early allows you to allocate resources for mitigation or contingency plans. This proactive approach helps you handle issues before they escalate and keeps your project on track. Resource conflicts can arise when multiple projects or tasks compete for the same resources. Resolving these conflicts requires negotiation, prioritization, and sometimes compromise. Open communication and clear decision-making processes help minimize disruptions and keep everyone focused on project goals. Sometimes, internal resources aren't enough to meet project needs. Outsourcing or bringing in external experts can fill gaps and provide specialized skills. Careful selection and clear contracts are essential to ensure external resources are integrated smoothly into your project. Remote teams present unique challenges for resource allocation. Differences in time zones, communication styles, and technology access must be considered. Clear guidelines, regular check-ins, and the right tools help ensure resources are allocated effectively, no matter where your team is located. Cultural differences can influence how resources are perceived and used. Being aware of these differences helps you allocate resources in a way that respects team members' values and working styles. This fosters a more inclusive and productive project environment. Resource allocation isn't a one-time task. Continuous improvement means regularly reviewing your allocation strategies, learning from successes and failures, and making adjustments for future projects. This ongoing process helps you become more efficient and effective over time. Let's look at a real-world example. In an IT project, resource allocation might involve assigning developers to specific modules, scheduling testing phases, and budgeting for software licenses. By mapping out tasks and resources in advance, the project manager can anticipate bottlenecks and ensure smooth progress. In construction, resource allocation involves coordinating workers, equipment, and materials across multiple phases. Delays in one area can impact the entire project, so careful planning and real-time adjustments are essential. Effective allocation keeps the project on schedule and within budget. Every project offers lessons about what works and what doesn't in resource allocation. Taking time to reflect on these experiences helps you improve future projects. Documenting lessons learned and sharing them with your team builds collective knowledge and strengthens your organization's project management capabilities. Common pitfalls in resource allocation include overcommitting resources, failing to adapt to changes, and poor communication. Being aware of these risks helps you avoid them. Regular reviews, open dialogue, and a willingness to adjust your approach are key to overcoming these challenges. Adopting best practices in resource allocation can make a big difference. This includes setting clear priorities, using reliable tools, involving stakeholders, and fostering a culture of continuous improvement. By following proven methods, you increase your chances of project success. How do you know if your resource allocation strategy is working? Success can be measured by tracking project performance, meeting deadlines, staying within budget, and achieving quality standards. Regularly reviewing these metrics helps you identify areas for improvement and celebrate your wins. Change is inevitable in any project. The ability to adapt your resource allocation strategy quickly is a key skill for project managers. This means staying alert to new information, being willing to make tough decisions, and keeping your team informed and engaged throughout the process. The future of resource allocation and project management is being shaped by technology, data analytics, and remote work trends. Tools powered by artificial intelligence can help predict needs and optimize allocation. Staying informed about these trends will help you stay ahead and make smarter decisions. Wrap up: resource allocation is a critical skill for any project manager. By understanding your resources, planning carefully, and staying flexible, you can overcome challenges and drive your projects to success. Remember to involve your team, communicate clearly, and always look for ways to improve. Thanks for joining us on this journey through resource allocation strategies and project management.